let's work on tweaking the villain's legs as she falls. So we're still focused on her twist midair. And this shouldn't take much time. We only have a few frames to tweak. So that's from 22 to about 26. We're not concerning ourselves with what happens after she lands. We'll worry about that later on. But let's first get this twist down. So we'll get right to work. And we could start with the left leg. We'll first make sure that the ankle is rotating properly. And I'd say for the most part it's there. We have this weird angle on 23 to clean up. And if you notice any wobbling in this control, we know how to clean that up using the Euler filter. I'm also taking a look at the character's hips just to get the twisting in the legs down just right. So first, on 23, I'll just go ahead and rotate the ankle down to fix its orientation here. Much better. And now, if we were to go to more of a side view, you can see how the leg kind of extends on 24, but we get what appears to look like a pop as we move from 23 to 24. So to smooth that out, it's just a matter of extending the leg a bit more on 23. Much better. All right, let's go ahead and really think about the twist now. Again, looking at the hips, looking at the leg. On 22, we can rotate the ankle in a bit more to fix its orientation. Great. And now what's happening is eventually the right leg is going to be right on top of the left leg. So let's keep that in mind. I'd say we can go ahead and start to work on the right leg, and if we need to, we can come back to the left. So looking at this twist, it seems that on frame 20, let's say 25, we just want to make sure that the right leg is brought up a bit higher here. And then over to the character's right a little bit more. Great. So at this point, we can go back to the left. So where should the left leg be? Well, that needs to be brought over more to the character's left, as she's starting to now twist out of the fall. So I'm looking at the hips again, looking at the legs, and trying to figure out where the legs would be at this time. Let's take a look at more of a top view. So you can see how the legs are kind of slanted over to the right. Let's go ahead and fix that on 25 by grabbing both leg controls and just moving them over in the Z-axis. That might be a little bit too much. Might be a matter of going back and forth until we get something that looks just right. So that looks nice. We're getting a little bit of interpenetration. No problem. We'll just go ahead and grab the right foot control. Let's take a look at this. So on 25, we can just go ahead and move that forward a bit more. And then what I'd like to do is fix the orientation of the ankle. Maybe going to, let's say, the Z-axis and rotating that back on both. And this is also happening on 25. Great. All right, so continuing with the right foot, let's go ahead and see what happens when the character gets knocked off of her feet. You can see the ankle is in a very weird position. So let's fix that. What we'll first do is go to our ball control and go ahead and zero that out since her foot is no longer going to be on this floor plane. Now we can go ahead and grab her leg control and rotate the ankle to fix its position, and then fix the locking we're getting in the leg by just adding a slight bend, taking our knee control on 22 and just kind of bringing that down. Much better. All right. So there we have it. We have tweaked the spiraling action, the really neat spiraling action of the villain as she gets knocked to the floor. Looks very beautiful. Let's go ahead and check this out in different views. I'll try not to move the camera as much so this doesn't seem confusing. Okay, great. That looks good. Let's go ahead and check out more of a top view. And there we have it. So the legs look really nice as the character falls. So what we can do now then is focus on the arms during this same time and make sure that they also have a very nice fluid transition.